Welcome to the Necessity Talk Show. Today we have one of the best artists in the city. Honestly, someone who's been putting on, working hard, and just making great music. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Laddie Moran.
Thank you.
Of course. Introduce yourself to the people.
Laddie, Laddie, the GOAT, the best ever, Kobe, LeBron, Jordan, the Rose, promise.
Yeah, so let's just get into it, man. What sparked your love for music?
My parents, they were very eclectic when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So, my daddy, he loved like hair metal, but he also introduced me to, probably showing my age. Do you know who the Brat is?
No.
She's fire, bro. She was so fire back in the day. And then my mother was into like gospel and R&B and some of like the Tribe Called Quest stuff and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. What would you say that you really like started to like make music? Like when did your making music journey start?
When I was 15,
Okay.
actually. I met a guy. I'm trying to think. Man, it's been like I'm trying to think. Man, it's been that far back. This dude named Avi, he used to have a studio called Mike and Mix, so I recorded there first. And then a really good friend of mine, his name is Shay the Shaman, actually. And I started making music consistently with him for years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
And he really taught me how to hone in on the craft.
Mm-hmm.
So
when did you find like your sound?
I was 20 years old when I finally decided what kind of footprint I want to leave behind, and how I wanted to be perceived by people, how I wanted, like I said, the footprint. What do I want to talk about, and who do I want to represent, and how do I want to represent it? Yeah. You feel me? So I was 20 years old.
What was that process like of finding your sound?
Moving to New York, with some family members and just being by myself, even though I was with them, just being by myself and looking in the mirror every day and saying, who are you? Who do you want to be? Mm-hmm. And again, how do you want to be remembered? And that's how I really found my sound. And being sober, we were too broke to afford the weed that we were smoking even when we was here. So it was like, all right, no more smoking, no more drinking, because we got to catch a train, we got to do laundry, we got to eat, we got to, like all types of shit. So yeah, just being sober and being able to really confront myself.
Yeah. Has music taken you anywhere that you wouldn't have expected it to take you?
Yeah, light years away from Lancaster. And I'm saying that like in a spiritual sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I've done plenty of things outside of Lancaster. You know what I mean? But in a spiritual sense, it's really, and it might sound cliche, it's therapeutic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like no matter what kind of artist you are, whether you're a photographer, a painter, you do origami, like once you're in that Zen space, as far as making art, you're not on this plane. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you ever see Soul?
Yeah.
You remember when the dude flipping the sign was like, yeah, this is the zone, you mean? Like, and the little ghost girl was like, yo, I love doing this to the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's like when you're in the zone, for me, anyway.
How did you get over that fear of putting your true, authentic self on tapes and like not being scared to show a side of you that some people might presume is like, really authentic, and some people might be a little bit scared to share?
You have to know yourself, and you have to trust yourself. It's not easy because we're changing every day. We're growing every day. You should be changing and growing every day, right? Is how I would think about it. But I got over that by, again, just trusting myself, and saying, you can't, like, just look at the greats that we have as far as hip hop goes. You know what I'm saying? Like, them niggas is authentically them. Wayne, Drake, Cole, Kendrick, Hove, Big, Pac. You know what I'm saying? Like Eminem, Tech Nine, DMX. DMX is a great example. You know what I mean? Like he. So DMX, Eminem, Tech Nine. Those guys are probably the most honest guys I've ever heard on wax ever. And it takes a lot of courage to admit to being a drug addict, to admit to, infidelities and stuff like that. Like it takes a lot of courage to do that because the people that you love are going to hear these things. And they might not have heard them from you previously.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So listening to those guys, I can say gave me the courage to really want to be myself on records and not be afraid of just being a human being.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
what would you say is like your biggest musical influences?
Film. Yeah, I'm really driven by emotion and feeling. I try to so sonically, right? Like lyrically I write from a place of like a first person view. I very seldom ever write from a third person point of view. It's most of the time it's first person, but like sonically I try to think about how it would fit into a movie or into a TV. You mean like a movie scene, not the entire movie, right? Another influence I think would just be the culture itself. Like I get to watch it evolve every day.
Yeah.
It's crazy, amazing. You know what I mean? Like I'm always thinking of new ways to execute ideas because of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I wrote do you remember when we was chilling in the whip and I played you that a lot going on joint, right? So I got the spark from watching Lil Baby. And I'm not even the biggest Lil Baby fan, but just watching him do what he does in his documentary, I was like, dang, that's crazy. Yeah. Or the Everything I Am joint I showed you. Clear Kanye influence.
Yeah. Your last album was kind of like a cohesive piece where, you can kind of say it was kind of like a movie where like, there's like almost like a beginning, middle, and end of the piece. What were some of the struggles that you found going into putting together a project like that and making sure everything fit and flowed?
I really wanted to be very direct with the message, right? Never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. It was hard to not want to be super artsy and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I know what people were expecting from me. People were expecting a To Pimp a Butterfly, you know what I'm saying? Like from me. And I gave them All Eyes on Me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was very hard to just be straightforward. Because some of the things like can sound very abrasive that I'm saying on the album. You know what I mean? Some of the homies were like, you sure you want to say that? You sure you want to do that? I was like, yeah. Even Smart, he's the homie. He's one of my best friends. He's my cousin. He wasn't sold on the name because he didn't want to segregate my fan base. But like, if you're a Laddie fan, then like this has kind of always been a thing. Even before I decided that I wanted to get into fully taking on these topics, when I would touch on them. You know what I mean, early on in my career. But I think it's perfect the way it is. I think that we need more direct conversation. I don't like dancing around the issue. Like, let's just get to it. It's meant to have an open dialogue with Black people, with white people, with whoever wants to talk about the social issues that we're facing in North America. So.
What's your favorite part of the writing process?
The writing process. Yeah.
The whole writing process itself.
Yeah. Because to be able to like dip in and out of flows and change words and just completely like change a song and only keep like one part of the song that you originally wrote, you know what I'm saying? Is like, that's fun to me. I love that part. Researching. I know a lot of people don't like that part of maybe writing a project, but I love doing the research and I love being able to I love being able to see if I can put what I read and learned into a rhyme in a way that is gonna make Amir understand what's happening.
What's something that you wish that you had understood more about the business aspect of music that you didn't know when you first started that you kind of grasped as you went along?
Nobody cares how good you are.
Explain, elaborate on that.
Nobody cares about the art until you give it value.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter how good Kendrick is.
Mm-hmm.
If he's not selling, then it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter how good Drake is. If he's not selling, it doesn't matter. Then he's in the same position that local musicians are in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Until you get your business right, as far as like, I'm still learning about sync deals, you know what I'm saying, for TV shows and movies and stuff like that. Like, I'm actively doing research on that because that's something that, again, like, because I'm inspired by film, something that I want to do. Getting a placement is not the end all be all. You know what I'm saying? Just because you know somebody doesn't mean they're going to do you a favor. There's no favors in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you're really, really tapped in, nobody gives a fuck. I wish I knew that. I thought, you know, when I was a kid, like, I had this elaborate, like, dream in my head, right? When I was maybe 12 or 13, I was like, yeah, I'm going to rap for Ludacris. He's going to sign me. I'm going to sign to DTP.
Yeah.
The fuck? How was I getting to Atlanta at 12? You know what I'm saying? Like, how was we going to hear this shit? Because that was, like, the infancy of internet rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't a thing. Niggas was not checking the internet. Like, we still had BET and MTV playing videos.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas was not using YouTube to upload videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, Soulja Boy might have been the first one nigga to upload a music video. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I wish I knew those things earlier. You know what I mean? It's okay to dream, right? I'm not saying that not to dream. I'm saying, like, dream realistically. Shoot for the stars, but dream realistically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ground yourself in fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, or else you might get your feelings hurt.
Yeah. How do you continue to grow as an artist and make sure that you keep checking off boxes that you make sure that you wanted to hit?
You have to grow as a person. You have to go and live life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to be a studio rat. Like, for Drake is a studio rat. Kendrick is a studio rat. But they also go and live. They go do shit. They go see shit. They go feel shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you think, you know, Drake is probably the most successful hip hop artist ever, right? How do you think he's able to connect with everybody? It's because he's experienced a lot of shit. He's able to have conversations like this, right?
Yeah.
Privately with people. He's able to have conversations with the women that he's singing about. You know what I'm saying? So women are like, oh yeah, my God, Drake is real. He's speaking to me. You have to, you just gotta live, you gotta grow. You have to do, what's it called, shadow work. You have to do the inner work, you know what I'm saying? And that's, but then again, like, you have to study your craft. You have to study every facet of your craft, the business, the music theory, if that's what you mean, like, you gotta study it all. What
advice would you give to somebody who is just starting out as an artist and, you know, has big dreams, wants to accomplish a lot, but they don't know where to start?
Start with the recording process. Record yourself. Learn how to record yourself. Nowadays, it's super unnecessary to go to a commercial recording space. So there's nothing new under the sun, right? But find something that's unique to you, right? Like, my content isn't unique, but I deliver it in a way that's unique to me. You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent didn't do anything revolutionary when he dropped, well, he did, but, like, the content wise, as far as gangster rap, you know what I'm saying? He just elevated the art style. Drill is not a new thing, you know what I'm saying? But Americans took drill from the UK and, you know what I mean? Like, catapulted it pretty much. So learn the craft, study your craft, honor yourself as an artist, be willing to take a risk. Or lose a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what it is.
When did you start to consider yourself an artist? Because a lot of people, like, they'll get stuck in, like, a box of just being a rapper.
Yeah.
But I know you consider yourself an artist. When did you get to that point, that mindset shift to start thinking and calling yourself an artist?
When I was allotted the chance to be an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, when when I wanted to do more than just rap words really good, when I wanted to be able to give people visual representation of what I was talking about, when I wanted to, I started writing short films for the albums that I was working on. Is crazy. You know what I mean? Like none of them ever came to fruition, but the fact that I still do that. You know what I'm saying? I write out scenes for videos that I haven't shot yet. Getting into the mind frame of like nothing matters but the art. You know what I'm saying? That's and looking at rap music not just as rap music. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys are artists, bro. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot to do what everybody I name does. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't like them, arguably. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't deny the artistic aspect of it. You can't deny the artistic aspect of an Eminem doing even like Stan is crazy, bro.
Well, how do you continue to push yourself?
I surround myself with people I think are better than me at something. You know what I'm saying? Like it like I think that Terry and Mac, I think that Wednesday, I think that Corio, I think those three are like the best songwriters in Lancaster, right? I think that So True. I think that Bray. I think that Roddy. I think that Milan, Cordell. All of those guys I feel like are better rappers than me. So I'm constantly listening to them. How do they do this? What makes people go, ooh, that shit's crazy. Yeah. You heard that, right? That shit's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I look for, and I actively not that I am against them. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm in competition with them, but they all offer things that I think that I could be doing better. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's how I push myself.
So you collaborate with artists. How do you kind of like manage and like flow through that kind of push and pull through a collaborative like aspect, especially when it comes to music, working on a project that's yours?
Don't think, feel. Simple as that. Yeah. Even if like I love the guys that I named, right? If they present me a record and I don't dig it, then I don't dig it. Like it's nothing personal. It's just it didn't hit me when you wanted it to. Now I might get back to. I might hear it 6 months later and be like, damn, this shit is crazy. What the fuck was I thinking about? Bang the verse out in 15 minutes. But it's all about feeling. Me and Wednesday have great chemistry when we work. He allows me. It's so. Even do you know who Salinger is? DJ Salinger, he's dope. AKA Nick Shades. But there's certain spaces when I work with certain musicians that I'm in that just give me something different. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm able to tap into different facets of my artistry. Like with Wednesday, when I work with Wednesday, we definitely songwrite. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll songwrite and then I'll rap later. I'll rap good later. You know what I'm saying? Like what I really want to do is like good song. You know what I'm saying? When I'm with Salinger, I'm able to, that's how I came up with Crybaby. Was working with Salinger. I did that whole process with him. And being able to, explain to him what the project was about and being like, this is what I wanted to feel like. Like watch these scenes and then come back tomorrow and let's cook a beat. When I work with Van, he's somebody that like, I need to make him make the stank face, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta rap for, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta rap for this nigga. So just being able to tap into those different zones, it's beautiful. Yeah, man. That's dope. That's dope. I'm really sorry for the long-winded answers. No, you're great. Keep doing what you're doing, man, because we appreciate this. This is what the people need, That's the whole reason I found this, just so people could drop gems, So yeah, you're dropping a lot of gems right now. Yeah, so that's very much appreciated. I lost my question. I'm so sorry. No more. I'm trying to keep it to like 3 sentences or less. You're good. You're doing fine, man. Yeah. So how do you
how do you get to the point? Because I know some people, they'll make something and then they'll have trouble letting it go. Do you ever struggle with letting something go or continuing to work on something and wanting it to be like the best, like kind of like perfectionism, and then having trouble releasing it?
Yeah, I mean, Never Ignorant took us 7 years to do.
Mm-hmm.
In the hopes, right? So while we were still finding, and when I say we, I mean Adrian Rose, we were still finding a cohesive sound for the project, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we also, were working on other things in the hopes that we wouldn't have to put the project out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I was hoping that police reform would be a gradual, going to a positive change. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think that I'm always ready to let shit go. I be wanting to leave my own shit all the time, but again, you have to know your business, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I put the record out now, what does that do for me?
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that it's all about money, but also I gotta eat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
how would you explain like kind of like the marketing and like the marketing process and like release process and like how you do eat off of your tracks? If you don't mind getting into that.
I suggest that you link with a producer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with YouTube beats,
mm-hmm.
but if you're gonna do that, pay for the beat. You know what I'm saying? And then get on DSPs. So CD Baby, DistroKid, whatever.
Yeah.
Get on there, monetize. But even further than that, I would say that you go directly to the fan. You know what I mean? Like, get it to them any way that you can. Like, I would suggest, people put up pre-orders, right, for Apple Music. But when I think of a pre-order, like, I want my shit right now.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason I pre-ordered it. I want it right now. I would say get an email list or get a text app number and have your fans text you and say, hey, look, if you want to donate, I would say, a $5 minimum. I'll send you the album a month before it come out. I'll send you the single a week before it come out.
Mm-hmm.
Get it to the consumer.
Gotcha. I'm thinking of like different ways outside the box to that people aren't.
Yeah, always like, hey everybody, my single comes out next week. Next month I'm dropping an album. Like, nobody cares on Instagram. You have to make people care. Yeah. You have to give your art value.
Mm-hmm. This has been a great conversation. I appreciate you sitting down with me and having this conversation with me. Go ahead and shout yourself out to the people. Tell the people where they can find you.
Everywhere. Instagram, Laddie Moran. TikTok, Laddie Moran. Twitter, Laddie Moran. LADDIEMORAN. It's not Lady. It's not Laddie Moran. A lot of people be crazy. I don't know who taught y'all how to spell and pronounce words, but that's not it. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man.